Member Appreciation Days are strategic and impactful. On today's episode of Headlines in Fine Print, we'll talk about a couple of recent member appreciation events and how they clearly illustrate the credit union difference. Hello and welcome to Headlines in Fine Print. I'm Dion Williams, President and CEO at Piedmont Advantage Credit Union. Now, before we get into today's topic, we want to remind you that all of our episodes are archived and available on Spotify and YouTube, so we encourage you to check us out on those sources and like us and share if you're so inclined. With no further ado, let's look beyond the bold print and look at what really matters: the people, the stories, and the small moments that make a big difference. Today we're talking about two words that don't always get the spotlight they deserve in business strategy decks, and that's simply showing up. That's exactly what we did, twice in fact, with our first for the year Member Appreciation Days at our Eden and our Greensboro branch locations. We didn't just bring snacks and swag. We brought our ears and we brought our hearts. And the members, they brought stories. They brought stories about how branch teammates helped them. They helped them rebuild credit. They helped them purchase a first car. They helped them refinance a mortgage. They helped them save for retirement. And they also helped them work through life-changing events. And in more than a few cases, members shared stories about feeling seen, heard, and understood in ways that they had never seen before with their financial institution. So here's the headline that I want to underline today. Hosting a Member Appreciation Day isn't just a nice thing to do, it's actually a very strategic thing to do. Let me tell you why. Starting with Eden, North Carolina, a small rural town tucked into the northern corner of Rockingham County. It's the kind of place where neighbors still wave from the porch. Eden has weathered economic shifts, changing industries, and the closure of industries that once powered growth. And through it all, it has held on to something unique: pride in place. At our Eden branch, the pride shines through in every conversation. Our team knows nearly every member by name and a growing number of non-members' names because we participate in the co-op shared branching network where members from one credit union can do transactions at another if they don't have their regular credit union in town. So we have a lot of members that take advantage of that service through Piedmont Advantage Credit Union to get that access locally. I had the opportunity to shake hands with members who had been with us for 30 years, and sometimes more, and some who had just joined 3 months ago. When you're rooted in places like Eden, relationships matter, and showing up means something. Even State Senate Leader Phil Berger from the area and statewide credit union dignitaries stopped in, not for a photo op, but to hear from us and our members and to thank us for being an institution that their community can count on. A week later, we had our second Member Appreciation Day at our branch location in Greensboro, North Carolina. Compared to Eden, Greensboro is a larger city with busier streets and a thriving mix of industry, universities, and neighborhoods that span every walk of life. And it's the home of our Greensboro branch, right on Battleground Avenue, a hub of activity. But even in the hustle of a larger city, the Greensboro event had the same heart. Members came in waves, some dressed for lunch breaks, others with strollers. A few may have come for giveaways, but the majority came for the same reason as our Eden members: to show their support and share their stories about the impact the Greensboro team has had on their financial lives. Unlike Eden, where the pace is more personal by nature, Greensboro showed us what it means to build community intentionally in an urban setting. It's not about bumping into someone at the post office. It's about creating space where people feel welcome and remembered, even when they're in a hurry. We saw professionals, musicians, truck drivers, retirees, young families, and first-time members all chatting with their teammates and our new branch manager, Charnel. But you know what every single conversation had in common? Simply, it was trust. And not the kind you get from endless billboards and slick ads, but the kind that you earn one interaction and one conversation at a time. The fine print is simple. These appreciation events didn't just feel good. They delivered value. And that's why I think every business should consider this, not just our credit union, for the same 5 reasons. Number 1 is real-time feedback. Surveys and focus groups, sure, they have a place, but showing up's where the rubber meets the road. You'll hear what's working, what's not, and what customers or members actually care about. There's no filter, there's no marketing speak. It's just truth. Number 2 is culture amplified. Your team shows up differently when they know the spotlight is on the relationships, not just the results. These events aren't about business or performance metrics. They're about belonging, and that energy, it's contagious. Third, loyalty you can't manufacture. When people feel appreciated, they stick around. It's that simple. Loyalty isn't bought with discounts or perks. It's built through moments that matter. Number 4 is brand differentiation. Okay, and this is marketing speak, but it makes a good point. Every business has products or services, but not everyone shows up with a folding table, fresh coffee, and a smile that says, "We're glad you're here." That's how you stand out in a sea of sameness. Number 5, last but not least, community investment. It's returned. When you show up for the community, they show up for you. Dignitaries show up when invited because we weren't just throwing an event, we were building a bridge. So if you're listening today and you're wondering whether hosting a member or customer appreciation event is worth it, let me save you the time with your spreadsheet. Quite simply, yes, it's very much worth it. It tells your customers, your team, and your community, we see you and we're glad you're here. And in a world that can feel increasingly disconnected, that's one of the most powerful things that any organization can do. And in fact, we hope our events can inspire your business or organization to do something similar. We're happy to share what worked, what we learned, and what we do again in a heartbeat, as we'll be doing this again in the fall with our 4 branches in Winston-Salem, Charlotte, and Mooresville. So that's the headline and the fine print on Member Appreciation Days. 2 events, countless conversations, and a reminder that belonging doesn't happen by accident. It happens on purpose. Thank you so much for joining me today. And to our members in Eden and Greensboro, you reminded me why this work matters, and I'm very grateful for that. If you liked this episode, I encourage you to follow Headlines in Fine Print on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. We have more stories, more conversations, and more fine print coming your way. And if you want to connect with me directly, you can find me on LinkedIn. I'd love to hear how your business creates space for people to belong and how we can learn from one another. And until next time, this is Dion Williams, and you've been listening to Headlines in Fine Print brought to you by Piedmont Advantage Credit Union. Have a great day.